笑着也danse, encore c'est quand tu chies rentre encore. Il sait la manche à la danse, pas tout faire, regarde le flash à bonnet, à l'époque de rosé qui n'est pas quand elle est dans le cœur, avec mon cœur de connard. Et le bien me représente.
How'd that last round work out for you? Notice a change in your game at all? Great choice. That's a difference maker.
I'll go with this one. Thanks, bro.
All right, no problem.
So, Levi?
Jay, just the man I wanted to see. Got something for you.
Oh, cool. Thanks, bro.
Yo, what's up, man? Great game.
get set up.
Turn it up! Turn it up! Yeah, let's go! Yo, shut up! Shot! Let's go! Get started! Yeah, man! You did that all day! One more. Oh, that's you! Hey, stop, Cat!
Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus! Lock it down! Come on! Hey, yo, right here! Come on, box him out! See you later.
See, you want to work on your three-point shooting. Let's get set up.
Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. Hey, who got here? Do it! Who's got ball? Get the next one. Man, I can't even watch this. Hey, he can ball, huh? Hey, hit me up.
going down in the neighborhood. Starting on Saturday with basketball gods. See how long you can go without losing, because the top 5 win streaks gets rewarded with their choice of BC, Unlimited Boosts, or Pharaoh gear. On Sunday, get in on the Dunk Fest. Work with your fellow...
As we learn his injury is going to keep him sidelined for the foreseeable future. Prayers up. Yeah. He's one of those guys who I'm not sure gets his due.
The PG-13? Everyone loves PG-13.
Okay, do they? Does the average fan know how good Paul George really is? I mean, maybe it's because he's not the flashiest dribbler. I don't know. But he can certainly throw it down. He can shoot. He can defend. What's not to love?
That's what I'm saying, Hank. People love PG-13.
Okay, all I'm saying is he's one of the most underrated stars in the league, which bears the question. Who is the most underrated player in the NBA today? We'll be discussing this and a whole lot more after this quick break. This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Memphis Grizzlies.
Get hip or get stuck.
Memphis' starting group, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Garner in at the small forward position. And for the Kings, at the point with Heel to his side, they're the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Parker, and it's Bagley in at the center. And tonight a matchup of inexperienced teams, young ball clubs. Brent, talk about some of the challenges that come with coaching a team so young.
I think the idea for most of the coaches is they see it in the eyes of the players. They want everything now. They want it so fast, and they're not quite sure about the steps to get to the end game. That's the most important thing for coaches, to talk about the small steps throughout any given season that the coach can put in front of them. And some of those challenges, you find out also which of the guys are willing to accept the team challenge as opposed to the individual.
It's challenging nonetheless in every way.
Oh yeah, and for 8 months of it.
Yeah.
So get ready for massive can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And Parker with the block. Fox against Valanciunas, and it's Fox with the jam.
Play control. We have the air and the clock cleared for takeoff.
Brooks outside. Now the pass to Morant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Now here's Brooks. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morant.
Parker doing a good job of moving the puppies down there and hustling on the defensive end. Being very active.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
From 6 feet. And the rejection by Jackson. And that one's good, Barnes.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. For Memphis, they've gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Here's Garner. No good, unable to end this run.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot next time down.
Kept alive. The kick out to Barnes. And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the power rankings. You look at the Celtics. They're gaining on some of the teams above them. Trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And looking at Memphis, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end. And you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Fox. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Bigly with the block.
Intimidating.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Sacramento shooting their first shot from the stripe in this game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Parker playing for Coach K in college. He's got that pedigree as well as a great attitude.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround him with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Hield. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season.
Now, here's Fox. Following the miss by John Morant. And that one's good, Barnes.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Fox. Can they get it? Here's Jackson. Bagley with the block. Has to Hield. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Hield plays with such drive and intensity at all times that he just can't help but create a foul shot with that opportunity.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, he is locked in as he is from deep with his height and release. is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride. And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
Now here's Heald. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
And here's Morant. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Good work defensively by Fox.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Passes it to Garner. Pass to Valanciunas. Now here's Morant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Valanciunas, good.
Man, he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Now here's Bagley. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
And the shot goes in.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
It's stolen by Bagley. And now Sacramento on the break. And Heald with the basket on the assist by Bagley. 6 points for Buddy Heald.
Well, Bagley's showing he can be effective on defense, jumping up and getting a steal.
Brooks outside. Kicks it to Valanciunas. And there's the pass to Garner. Here's Jackson. And here's Morant. He's coming off a 16-point game against Charlotte.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Parker with no one around, and the Kings check on 2 more.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
So nice passing there by Memphis. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. Valanciunas. Excellent D there from Parker.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the in one, and this time they're not backing off.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Garner. Now here's Jackson. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it's just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
Now here's Heald. 9 points in the game so far. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Morant. We're just halfway through the season, Brett. Talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry, have the kind of unreal performances for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important. Like every game he's in. Like every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Now here's Jones. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Down low. And he takes it in for the layup of a very nice feat.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Passes wing, looking to end the run. Felt no good.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Fox looking it over. Stolen by Winslow. Jones up top. There's the feed to Clark. Count it, good.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now, here's Fox. He's got 6. Pass to Bogdanovich. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Yeah, they took up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Getting the foul on the shot.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
Shoot 2. From Winslow.
So much intrigue around Justice Winslow, who's still trying to find the right position in the NBA. Last year, a lot of it was at the point guard position as a wing.
Giles checked in for Sacramento. Ken Bazemore comes in for Heel. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
To their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Bazemore. Grizzlies with the rebound. Winslow, the pass to Clark. And slammed dunk by Clark.
There's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 5 points in the game. The Kings making a change here. Joseph's checked in. Joseph. On defense, Memphis. Here's Bazemore. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And they're running. Here's Jones on the pass to Melton. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The Grizzlies have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. he's good on the second. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Pass to Holmes. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Bogdanovich kicks to Joseph. A three-pointer off the mark. Memphis has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Winslow, the pass to Clark. The dish to Jones. Passes it to Melton. Lets it go with the three. And that one is off. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, the best way to make it hard on teams is continue your motion. And their motion on the perimeter just wasn't good enough. That ended up costing them. Such a long road to recovery from Harry Giles, but so many people rooting for Harry when it is that he makes some kind of plays that remind you of when Giles was one of the top recruits coming out of his high school class, one that included De'Aaron Fox and also Jason Tatum.
Checking for a shot hole. Jones kicks to Zhang. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Land.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Clock at 6. On the wing, Winslow.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
And again, Memphis no good. 1 second separate in the shot clock engagement. Bogdanovich, no luck. Here's Jones. The teardrop falls in.
Oh, such a field shot there. The floater.
Now Bogdanovich. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for Sacramento. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on the show, guys.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
Kent Bazemore is out there with Giles. Then there's Len. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph into the one spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Land's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Sacramento. Here's Melton. Out to the right wing. Here's Chang. Rejected by Len.
While putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
5 on the clock. Pass to Melton. Three-pointer on the way. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Sacramento making their last shot. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Joseph, the pass to Len. Back to Joseph. There's the pass to Bogdanovich. Anderson against baseball. For Anderson, and it's good off the back rim and in.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Pass to Milton. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Bogdanovich. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
Well-rounded effort, and they showed no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Jang. No points in the game yet for him. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Bogdanovich looking around. Bazemore against Anderson. And Bazemore kicks to Joseph. That 3 off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to Charlotte. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
I love how Bazemore just takes it to the defense on the drive and finishes that one easily. Shows no mercy when the ball's in his hands.
Now here's Jones. Winslow with it. Chang, high post. Shoots over Len. It's good from the top of the key. Chang's got his first basket.
Oh, fabulous pass there from Justice Winslow. Sets his teammate up in a perfect position.
Joseph, the pass to Bogdanovich. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Nice job by Winslow to force some of the issue with his size and draw contact on that shot.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 something.
And he can't get the first one. Some changes for Sacramento. Bagley, he's checked in for Giles. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Heald subbed in for Bogdanovich. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jack. Kieran Jackson comes in for Anderson. She's checked in for Milton. And it's Morant in for Jones. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Outside, Joseph. Passes to Len. He dishes it to Heel. Over G. Rebounded by Jackson.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Great self-confidence from Winslow on that play, taking it up strong inside.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home.
Well, he's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. Fires, high post, and another basket for Memphis.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
Yield the pass to Len. The kick out to Barnes. Trying to get open is Len. Barnes can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's G. Covered by Barnes. Garner passes to Valanciunas for the 3. And it's Morant missing.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Now here's Morant. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Over to the wing. Releases. G, no good.
Well, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Heel kicks to Joseph. Pass to Len. And here is Heel, guarded by Valanciunas. From past the arc, and Buddy Hield gets the 3. Hield's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's got to feel good for the young player. Buddy Hield showing a full arsenal tonight offensively.
Here's Garner. That shot off the mark. Good deep by Barnes.
Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
And that one's good, Morant.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Sacramento's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Joseph dishes to Heel. Barnes outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Barnes has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Sacramento. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses you.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. Was it in the rookie?
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stud. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Barnes outside. Field outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Garner passes to Morant. Valanciunas against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Memphis moving it around. Here's Garner. Offline with his three.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Hield with the bucket.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. He kicks it to G. Misses the 3.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Got that one up quick. Bagley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Morant passes to Winslow. Throws it up high. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Sacramento making some changes. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Alex Land. Jabari Parker comes in for Marvin Bagley. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Joseph. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. And Brooks subbed in for Justice Winslow.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
You love the energy and effort Morant provides, especially when he's on the break.
And it's Fox with the ball for the Kings. Three-pointer, Heel. G with the rebound. And for Memphis, they're shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Morant passes to Valanciunas. This is to G. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Maurice checked in for G.
Harrison Barnes. That's his first personal foul. Checking in for the Grizzlies.
Here's Valanciunas. Lays it up off the glass.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
A floater. They grab their own miss. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Rashawn Holmes. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Holmes. You know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up. Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
For Sacramento, they have shot 75% to strike, 6 of 8.
Bogdanovich. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
The thing you think about with Bogdanovich, besides his first name being in his last name, is potential. A young, raw prospect with plenty of upside.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:30 left here in the second. And for Memphis, they're shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Here's Clark. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Now, here's Fox. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
How about De'Aaron Fox just staying focused there with the finish? Controlled that one well.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Shooting just 1.
Free throw off from Fox.
So much talk about who's the fastest player in the league, and Fox always being mentioned there. His speed and stepping into this leadership role, lots of great signs from De'Aaron Fox.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Lays it up and banks it in. Fox has got 10 points.
So trying to figure out ways to score through contact, De'Aaron Fox does not back down.
And here's Morant. He's got 8. Shoots from 14. Here's Valanciunas.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Grizzlies have gone 7 of 11 from the line.
At the line, the Grizzlies, Jonas Valanciunas, taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Kings. Valanciunas hits them both. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Now, here's Holmes, guarded by Valanciunas, and the dunk by Bazemore.
Awesome throwdown by Bazemore there. He really does get up and jam that one home.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? There's Parker with the 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Sacramento, way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Harrison, shots definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket, trying to work it around, with this balance scoring like we had tonight, everyone tries to, feed off each other.
Strength in numbers, right? Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' spot. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Garner in at the three. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. G, in their last game against the Hornets, did some very solid work. He scored 18 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. That game was just the latest example of how hot he's been. We'll see if anyone can pull him down tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Yeah, he was very assertive in that last game, making things happen.
Absolutely made his presence felt. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get it going early here tonight.
Every teammate in talking with them before the game says how much faith they have in him. They'll keep getting into him.
And for Memphis, they're shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Brooks kicks to Morant. The pass to Garner. 5 to shoot. Outside Jackson. Three-pointer, Brooks. Rebound by the Kings. Parker's got his fifth rebound in this one. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Parker doing a good job of moving his body and playing with pace. He's making the defense get a bit too handsy down there.
And the first one drops. And Parker drops the boat. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. To the paint, here's Garner. Sacramento grabs the miss. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Here's Morant. 10 points for him.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs a big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
And it's Fox with the ball for the Kings. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. That one goes. Count it. Fox has got 14 points for the game.
That's a nice floater. I mean, a la Mike Conley. If De'Aaron Fox can establish that float game, tough to stop.
Here's Morant. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Reggie, look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
outside Fox. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Lobbed up there for Fox.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now Morant pass to Garner. Kicks it to Valanciunas. And that one goes long. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And it's Fox with the jam.
Well, this is when Fox is at his best. Once he gets a step on the defense, you're pretty much going to read the back of that jersey.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Right on the bucket. 10 points for Valanciunas.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there at his size with that kind of touch. That is money.
Fox finds Bagley. Here's Hield. 6 to shoot. And it's Bagley. That time on the assist by Hield. Hield's got assist number 5 here tonight. Grizzlies have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Pass to Garner. A 3-ball. Bagley with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hield. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Sacramento making a switch here. Giles is checked in. The Grizzlies also changing it up. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Kyle Anderson comes in for G. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks.
And as good as Morant's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes great, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. Now, I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Hield finds Bagley. Back to Hield. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Anderson passes to Melton. No good there. Good D by Hield. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Fox kicks to Bagley. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Morant over Bagley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
And going up strong inside demonstrates confidence. Morant not afraid to get physical.
First one falls for Bogdanovich is checked in for Hield. The Grizzlies also making a change. Winslow's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Sacramento's gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming into the break. Back to Fox.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Morant. They get it back. Chang go up.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. The dish to Winslow. And the layup's good off the glass. Winslow's got 5 points so far.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to put the ball from
This is how you want to come out of the half.
the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And it's Morant missing.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Chang. He dishes it to Winslow. Here's Melton. He is covered by Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Memphis. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Bagley. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Barnes. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Anderson. Murray comes in for Winslow. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. And so Fox will bring it up for the Kings. He kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Fox. It's stolen by Jones. Here we go, one-on-one. Clark for 3. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Bogdanovich. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Bogdanovich being a little bit crafty there, knowing the defense was closing in on him, and drew the contact.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Sinks the second. Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Jones against Fox. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And the rejection by Holmes. Jones against Fox. Here's Childs. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Has got 5 assists in the game.
More and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
Here's Melton. He's covered by Bogdanovich. That's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Jones for 3, trains the three-pointer. Jones has got 7 points in the game.
That's a high fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort got earned on that one.
to shoot. Over Jones. Fox, no good. Memphis is on 1 of 4 at 3-point shots here in the third. Here's Clark, and it's Clark with the jam. Quick off the floor. Prepare for Fox.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Pass to Clark. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he
and that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Sacramento making a switch here. Lenz checked in, and the Grizzlies also with the sub. Brooks checked in for D'Anthony Melton. And so Clark nails both of them.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Fox against Jones. Murray outside. Shoots over Bazemore. No good on the shot. So the Kings will take it the other way. To the middle. Here's Fox. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Fox has got 12 points now in the quarter. Against Jones. Here's Clark. 8 points for him. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Clark. Grizzlies making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. And so Clark nails both of them. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Kings. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Passes to Len. Feed away. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
A smart play by Bogdanovich. He scores in a variety of ways.
Here's Clark, guarded by Holmes. Brooks against Bogdanovich. Jones looking for an opening. Here's Valanciunas. The Grizzlies with another miss. Bazemore with it. Dishes at the land. And that one released in time, but no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's Sacramento running away with this one. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Kings shooting indicative of smooth offensive play, up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for Sacramento, we've got Len. Corey Joseph is out there with Fox. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Parker in at the power forward position. checked in for Len. Bogdanovich comes in for James. Fields checked in for Kent Bazemore. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Joseph. Memphis also making some changes. Sharon Jackson, he's checked in for Clark. Anderson comes in for Jackson. And G's subbed in for Brooks. And he gets it to go. And now 24 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Fox just found a little bit of space there, and he burned the defense.
Jones, the pass to Anderson. Murray left side. Over Fox. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Kings have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
Man, that's great signs. Take the contact, keep your focus, still get the score.
Farrell's checked in for Sacramento. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Jones. Free throw no good for Parker. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment?
I don't think so, Kevin. It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. The body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall-off for some of your favorite players that have abused and entertained you for years. Interesting.
That one is off.
And Hield is a player who you love to see take trips to the free throw line, as consistent as he is there.
For Memphis, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. Anderson trying to free himself up. Now here's Parker. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Winslow, the pass to Garner. Can they get it? It's hauled in by the Kings. Bagley's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Hield with the bucket. Hield's got 25 points.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovich.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And here's Winslow. Pass to Murray. Anderson outside. Memphis moving it around. Foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
And the second free throw, good. He seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
Hield with the bucket.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Murray outside. So far, getting some solid looks for them. Here's Farrell, defended by Garner, and the rejection by Jackson. Winslow, the pass to Anderson. The shot's good. Anderson's got his first basket of the night.
Anderson's inside game reminiscent of an old teammate of his, Forrest Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Healed outside. Shot, high post. No good off the back of the rim.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
It's Anderson with the drive. Good D by Parker.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. Ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school, play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Farrell for three. It's rebounded by Memphis. She's got 6 rebounds in the game. Melton's shot is good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Farrell. It's stolen. Here's Melton.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially
On the interior.
Kings have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Farrell looking around, shot by Hield, nobody around, and once again off the mark by Sacramento. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's G. Anderson outside. It's hauled in by the Kings. Giles has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Hield kicks to Farrell. Brett, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, or you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things the guys are talking about and their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
Melton, big lead, and he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Some changes for Sacramento. Jabari Parker's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And James subbed in for Buddy Hield. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jackson's checked in, and that's an intentional foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Shooting first free throw is good. And the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And another miss by Memphis.
Boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
Farrell passes to Baseman. Here's Giles. Jane defending. Clock at 4. It's tipped. And here they come. On up the court. And that one's good by G. G's got 4 points in the quarter.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Farrell kicks to Parker. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was.
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Will Chamberlain and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Will Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West through the three-point line, you got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, with the openness of the floor, yes. What Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
You think about the Kings and how far off it is that they are from getting into their primes. If they keep learning the game the right way and find some cohesion together here, there's some building blocks for these Kings to do some damage in the near future and sustain it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down. 1:21 left in the game. And the Kings making a change here. Len's checked in. He's off on the second. Most NBA players peak around, 27, 28, 30 years old. Kings have a lot of players entering right now that range.
Well, you think about it, they're actually a few years even from that range, Kevin, and so that youth will pay off as long as the player development is there, and if they can stay with a consistent coach for some time here, the likes of Fox and Bagley and Hield and Bogdanovich, it's a nice young core. We'll see if they can get the job done, get themselves into the playoffs, and start getting the kind of experience that propels an organization forward.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Sacramento.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Buddy Hield.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in, and if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And an intentional foul right there. Free throw good by Parker. He hits one, and this is the second attempt from the free throw line. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 48. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Here's Garner. No good. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Alden. This is Kevin Harlan along with our King Sports crew. Go on.
Jay, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
You did a lot of distributing tonight, leading the team in assists for your first time as a pro. How were you able to generate so many open looks?
I mean, I don't know if I did anything special. I just kept the ball moving. Found the open man, passed it to him, and hit the shots. So, shout out to my teammates hitting open shots.
Cool. Thanks, Jay.
All right, guys. Thanks. All good, Tim. Good seeing you, brother.